All right, buckle up because we are diving headfirst into the world of AI in marketing.
Oh, yeah.
With all those notes you sent over from those recent conferences,
Right.
I knew this was going to be a juicy one.
Lots to unpack.
No fluff, no hype, just straight up insights on what AI actually means for you and your work right now.
Absolutely.
And to help us cut through the noise, we've got a real pro in the house.
Happy to be here.
Someone who not only gets the tech, but also how it's shaking things up for people like you.
Well, it's a wild time to be in marketing, that's for sure. And when I saw those notes you sent, I knew exactly what you meant. We've got to separate the hype from the reality here.
Okay, let's unpack this. Remember that 95% prediction from Sam Altman? The one where he basically said AI could replace almost all marketing jobs. You were at that panel discussion with Adam Brotman, the former Starbucks digital chief, and Andy Sack, the VC. What was the vibe like in the room after he dropped that bomb?
It definitely sparked some debate, you could say that. Brotman and Sack, they weren't just brushing it off. They were calling out what a lot of folks are already whispering about. Early AI adopters are using this stuff to do the work of entire teams. And it's not some far-off future either. It's happening right now.
Okay, so not hype, but a real shift. Which brings me to those notes on Andrew Davis and this digital doppelganger idea. Paint me a picture. What's a digital doppelganger and how is it different than just another AI tool?
Imagine having an AI assistant that doesn't just schedule your meetings, but actually creates content in your unique voice based on your past work. That's the gist of it. Davis actually has one called Drew Dini. He used it for everything from drafting presentations to even brainstorming campaign ideas.
Wait, so this Drew Dini is like churning out marketing gold based on his style? That's incredible. Sign me up.
It is impressive. But we have to be careful not to fall into the trap of Lumiere's law.
Lumiere's law. Now you're just using big words to sound smart.
Not at all. It's a simple idea, but crucial here. Think of it like this. Remember when the microwave first came out, people used it to reheat coffee? It's the tendency to use new tech in the same way we use the old, instead of truly understanding its potential. AI is powerful, but it's easy to just use it to replicate what we've always done, instead of truly innovating.
So using your Drew Dini to automate blog posts isn't the revolution here.
Exactly. We need to get past that initial wow phase and ask, how can AI amplify what makes us human? It's incredible at mimicking at speed, at massive scale, things we as humans can't match. But creativity, ethical judgment, emotional intelligence, those are the things AI can't replicate. At least not yet.
Which reminds me of those notes you had from MAICON about how this all ties into the speed of AI development.
Right. Even the experts are saying this is happening faster than we thought, and that's scary to some. But what struck me was Ben's point. This isn't about AI versus humans. It's about figuring out the right balance. Where AI excels, we can leverage it. And where human skills are essential, they become even more valuable.
Okay, I have to admit, all this talk about digital doppelgangers and AI moving faster than expected, it has my head spinning a bit. On one hand, the possibilities seem endless. But on the other hand, I'm feeling a little overwhelmed, like I need to catch up yesterday.
I hear you. It's a lot to process. But that's the thing about these big technological shifts, right? Burying your head in the sand isn't a strategy. What we need is to get proactive, start building up our own AI literacy.
AI literacy. I like that.
Yeah.
So it's less about becoming a coding whiz overnight and more about understanding the fundamentals.
Exactly. It's about being able to ask the right questions, understand the capabilities and limitations of these tools, and adapt as things evolve. And that evolution, and that's where it gets really interesting.
You're talking about Paul Retzer's Road to AGI talk, right?
Yeah.
The one where he basically lays out a timeline for how quickly AI is expected to change the game.
That's the one. I know AGI sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie.
Don't worry, you don't have to explain it. I actually looked it up after going through my notes. Artificial general intelligence. Basically, when AI becomes as smart as humans.
You're one step ahead of me. And Rutzer's point is that we're on a much faster track to AGI than many people realize. He's talking years, not decades, before we see major shifts in how we work, how we live, how we do marketing.
Okay, that's both exciting and slightly terrifying at the same time.
Yeah.
But if things are moving that fast, how do we even wrap our heads around what to prepare for? Do we just become AI experts and hope for the best?
It's not about becoming an expert in everything, but it is about understanding the trajectory. And that's where Rutzer's exposure key comes in.
All right, break it down for me. What is the exposure key? And what does it mean for marketers like me?
Imagine a scale of AI evolution, from where we are now with things like text generation, all the way to AI agents that can make decisions and take actions on their own, and eventually even robotics. The exposure key maps out which marketing roles will be most impacted at each stage.
Okay, so instead of panicking about some vague AI takeover, we could look at this exposure key and get a sense of what's coming down the pipeline for our specific roles.
Exactly. For example, if you're in content creation, you're already seeing the impact of AI writing tools. But as AI gets more sophisticated, it's not just about automating writing. It's about understanding how to use AI to personalize content at scale, to optimize for different platforms, to even create entirely new forms of content we haven't even imagined yet.
So it's about staying ahead of the curve, understanding those stages, and adapting our skill sets along the way. Reminds me a bit of those notes I took on Christopher Penn's talk, where he outlined that roadmap for navigating AI, purpose, people, platforms, process, performance. We have to have a plan.
Absolutely. So Penn's roadmap is a great framework for thinking about this. It's not enough to just dabble in AI tools. You need a clear purpose, a strategy for integrating AI into your team and workflows, and a way to measure the impact.
Okay, so we're starting to get a handle on the how and the when of AI's impact on marketing. But I have to ask, if AI is going to be writing our blog posts, personalizing content, and maybe even running entire campaigns, what is left for us humans to actually do?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And it's precisely where things get really interesting. You see, the real power of AI isn't about replacing us. It's about what it frees us to do.
I like that. Freeing us to.
What?
Exactly.
Think about it. What are the skills that are uniquely human? Adaptability, emotional intelligence, ethical decision-making, that gut feeling you have about what will resonate with your audience. Those are the things AI can't replicate, at least not yet. And their skills become even more valuable in an AI-driven world.
That makes sense. Like, instead of spending all our time on tasks that AI can do faster and maybe even better, we can focus on the things that actually require human ingenuity.
Exactly. AI becomes a tool to augment our abilities, not erase them. And that takes us back to what Andrew Davis was saying about the choices we make. Do we use AI for replication, or do we use it for reinvention?
So it's not just about the technology itself. It's about how we choose to wield it. It's about using AI to help us unlock new levels of creativity, solve problems in new ways, connect with our audiences on a deeper level.
Now you're getting it. It's about moving beyond the fear of being replaced and embracing the possibilities.
Embrace the possibilities. I love that. This has been such an eye-opening conversation. Thank you so much for helping us break it all down.
My pleasure. It's always exciting to see someone as eager to dive into this as you are.
And to everyone listening, we want to leave you with this thought-provoking question from Paul Rotzer. Instead of asking what AI will take away, what can you create, achieve, or experience that wouldn't have been possible before? What's your AI-powered dream? Share your thoughts, because we're all in this together. Until next time.